When you're a guy in this position, life is going to have it out for you. Life is going to have a target on your back and it's going to make sure that you experience excruciating pain, agony, isolation, and devastation. I was just thinking the other day, you know, how there's millions of men in this exact situation, millions, perhaps even billions, who had dreams, the dreams are broken, had a girl that they really wanted, and that girl's, choking on Chads, in the slong somewhere, and that little dream and that little portal is forever closed. And I just started to realize, man, this world, it just seems like it's just like it's drain it's like it's made to drain your energy. Like this world, like everything. If you notice, if you're hungry, you gotta go get food. And once you get food, you get hungry again. The same thing with being thirsty. Is like there's never enough in this world. There's always you wanting something. There's always something to want. There's always something to need. There's always something to try to obtain. And when is it enough? Honestly, you know, I know a lot of us, bro, we haven't really had the best life, man, and we never been on dates with females. We'll never get married. We never went to prom. We didn't graduate high school on time. We didn't even graduate college. A lot of us are kind of like behind in life. We don't have our driver's license. You know, we don't have our own apartment, our own house. We kind of live like in living situations where it's like it's not conducive to your growth and development. And it's a very harsh life, man. It's very brutal, it's very cruel, and it's not something that you can really grow and develop. Being a young man, it's all about having your independence and having your money right, and having that confidence. But the problem is these modern day jobs just don't pay enough. They just don't pay you enough to really thrive and survive. It's like they want you to just be stagnant in life. And then you got to think about all the things you have to go through leading up to this point in life. Your rejections, your dejections, your just just things that took away your confidence and your belief in yourself. You got to be surrounded in this world with people who can't stand you. You have to go and do things every single day that you don't want to do. Like you just want to be able to be a neat, you know. Some people don't like being neat, you know what I mean? But if you can be a rich neat, that'd be the greatest thing ever. You can be a rich neat, but a lot of us, we don't have that privilege. It's a privilege being a neat, believe it or not, even though being a neat comes with its own shade of problems. People talking about you, people trying to avoid you, people looking at you like you're nothing when you're the smartest person in the room. That's one thing I notice about people in our position. People look at us like we're dumb or we're the R word or something like that. In reality, we're like usually the most smartest people in the room. We can read everybody before they even get a read on us. We know how people are before they even speak. We know the NPC normies behavior before they even start. There's like a lot of things we know. We know how not to be tricked, how not to be lied to, how not to be betrayed. A lot of us are autistic in a way. We have like these autistic mannerisms, but these autistic mannerisms help us navigate through life, right? But I don't know, man. It's just like there's never enough, man. Like you go to work every single day, and it's just never enough where you can just quit your job and just chill like these YouTube streamers. There's never enough. You go and watch your favorite, adult movie, you know, and your adult events or whatever, and you watch it, you wank off, and it's never enough. You eat your favorite food, and it's never enough. It's like this life is designed for you to always need something, to always yearn for something. Like this life is not designed for you to be satisfied. And that should be a big red flag right there. You know, like your body needs something. Like your body needs things that's on the external to survive, to sustain itself. Like your body can't sustain itself without eating, the flesh of animals that are deceased. It's just, without having outside water. It's just weird, bro. It's just there's something strange about this reality we live in, man. You know? And when you're a loner and when you're a guy that's isolated and you kind of stick to yourself, you don't really follow or stick to the traditional norms. You kind of just you're in your own world. You're like an alien in its own planet. Honestly, it's like I don't know, man. But when you don't fit in, bro, this world is going to be difficult for you. It's going to be difficult in every single way. It's going to be difficult to find a girl, to find love. It's going to be difficult trying to get a job. It's going to be difficult to keep the job. It's going to be difficult to kiss people's ass on the job and try to be nice to your coworkers who you don't like and they don't like you. You know, it's just like, why are we in the world where we have to be around events and situations that we don't want to be a part of? To me, that's a big red flag. To always be in a world, to be forced into a world where you don't like you don't want to be a part of it. You know, like you don't want to be a part of this mess, but yet this world forces you to be in it. I was just thinking, man, there has to be some type of redemption for this world. Like there has to be some type, like there's something that has to be watching us go through all this hell, and there has to be something. I'm not saying there's a heaven. I'm not saying that, but it has to be something where we can go into our own world and our own existence and create life the way that we wanted it, not the way life was forced upon on us. Not everybody wanted to be born a certain skin color configuration. Not everybody wanted to be born and have to struggle in life. There's some people that want to be born, that wanted the easy life, that wanted a good life. Not everybody wants a hard life. If somebody wants a hard life, allow them to pick their life difficulty. I wish life had it that way. Like people that want to live life on, easy mode, they can pick easy mode. People want to live life on freaking, veteran extreme mode, which is how we live. They can pick that. Like, give people a choice. Don't just throw people on a life where they can't press restart, they can't respond, and they get trapped in some bullshit and they can't escape. You know, there's a reason why there's millions of men committing seppuku. Look at the world today. There's nothing really to live for. What is there to live for a young man? What do you got to live for besides working your job and waking up every day, going there? Like, what do you actually have to live for in this world? Think about it. You know, like, what is life really besides, quote unquote, serving the Lord? And what is that supposed to mean, serving the Lord? Just kissing his ass and doing whatever he says, even though this guy showed you that he's imperfect, he's petty, he's jealous, and he's a murderer? You know what I mean? Like, why would you want to follow any type of being like that? Where's the God that allows you to have freedom and happiness, allows you to have everything you can imagine and dream, allows you to experience things you can only dream about, having a girlfriend, going out on a date, making love to a nice senorita while you're sitting in a beamer. You know what I mean? Like, where's all that good shit? Like this world doesn't want us to be happy, man. That's what it feels like. This world doesn't want us to be happy. Like this world wants us to be angry. It wants us to be mad. It wants us to be just, I don't know. It just wants us to be miserable. And then you got to think about all the pressure that piles up, man. The need to have money, the need to eat. Then after that, you got to, let's say if you got like a little drug habit or something like that, because the world is brutal. So you got to get some, some weed money or some alcohol money or some whatever money that is. And then you try to get your high. Then you got to get your food. And then you got to pick, do you waste it on this, getting this high or getting this food? Because you can't get both. You can't get Taco Bell and the weed. You got to pick Taco Bell. You got to pick the weed. Then you got to deal that. Then you got to go, it's just, then the video game sucks, so you can't even cope. And you try to watch the anime, and the anime, they're just making the seasons more worse. And then every now and then you find the anime you want. It's just, and then you can't even eat because the place that you're trying to eat at, you're trying to cope at, you got to be in and out there all the time. You can't, you never have a place to stay when you're a guy in this position. People are always kicking you out. You're always on the move. Like everywhere you go is a temporary position. People just can't wait to get something above you so they can throw you to the streets or throw you by yourself, bro. It's brutal. It's like the universe is absolutely has it out for you when you're a guy in this position. Like the universe does not want you to survive. It doesn't want you to thrive. Like this whole universe just, I don't know, man. It doesn't seem right. This world, it seems like it's just designed for torment. And a lot of us, man, like we've been begging. We've been begging, pleading, praying, hoping that our lives would get better into a life that we can actually be proud of and we can actually enjoy. Just close your eyes for a moment and think, what's the life that you really want for yourself? And if you had the power, you would have it. What's stopping you? The world would say. Of course, the norms and the idiot NPCs. What's stopping you? You can do anything you want. Well, shut up. But you'll try to become president of the United States without joining Freemasonry and see how far you'll get. You know what I mean, right? Try to fucking end, end cancer. Find some type of disease, find some type of cure for cancer. and watch how fast you'll be neutralized, then your research data will be taken and classified and hidden from the public, and they'll call you a conspiracy theory and say it's made up. Like we live in such a damn world that's built off of lies. We don't live on a world that's built off of truth. The world we inhabit is built off of lies. It's built off of demoralization of the souls of the people. It's built off of the spiritual energy that the people give off from the negative loosh energy and loosh harvesting. There's something that's harvesting our loosh in this world, man. Something does not want us to be happy. Something that doesn't want us to gain our own spiritual sentience, our own spiritual independence that's away from any type of evil being. Something does not want us to be truly happy. Something wants us to be humiliated, wants us to be devastated, and it wants us to be trapped. And I'm sick of it, man. I'm tired of every day being a battle. You know, I just want peace and happiness. I just want tranquility. I just want to be able to wake up, do what I want to do, make money, and be successful. I'm tired of being under somebody else's power or somebody else's authority, tiptoeing, and somebody's mistreating me. Why can't I just rap and get a record deal? Why can't I just rap and meet Nick Mara? We blow up and make hit records together. Why the fuck can that just happen to me? Why? I'd give anything for it. Why can I just fucking just be famous and rich and successful and have the things that I want in life? I don't want to live a regular fucking life. I don't want to be a nobody, a no one. You know, I don't want to be some unseen ghost that has to just walk around the abandoned stations halls at night. I want to be the fucking rock star. You know, I want to be the one that's on top. I want to be the one that gets the girls. I want to be the one that rides the nice cars, smokes the exotic weed, never runs out of food, has lots of sex. You know, that's what I want to be. The guy, getting a blowjob on the beach in Hawaii at 3:45 a.m., smoking a nice marijuana joint, getting fellatio with a high ratio. Like, that's what I want to be. I want to be that guy. I'm tired of being the guy that is not that guy, right? I'm tired of being the guy that has talent, has dreams, and has ambitions, but you're surrounded by every possible angle to break you. You have people monitoring your channel who don't like you. You got people who go out their way to try to find information about you. You got stalkers, you got, just haters and trolls, but then you got people that love you and show you, that show you that they real, and they show you love and shit. And that's what's up. But like, this world has to have this yin and this yang, this tang to it. You have to have sourness, you have to have sweetness, you always have to have the opposite. Why can't we just have wealth and abundance, clarity and transparency? Why can't we just have that? I'll do anything to have a good world where I'm on top, where I'm not at the bottom, where I'm not getting fucked with, where I'm not getting attacked, where I'm not getting psychologically manipulated, where I'm not being the focus of negative attention and connotations and associations. I'll do anything to be successful, man, to be wealthy, rich, successful, and have everything that I could ever imagine. But I see some of these beautiful girls, man, I'm just like, how does it feel like to have a beautiful girl that you want to take her panties off, rip off her dress, you know what I mean? Take off her bra, start kissing her neck, make love inside the damn bathtub. Absolutely brutal that men have to go without this, man. Absolutely brutal indeed.